It's springtime in northern Wisconsin, which means there are plenty of things to go looking for foraging ideas in the forest, things that we can eat and preserve for later on. And the first thing we're going to do is look for these wild ramps or leeks, which they look to be just about right to harvest and plentiful in this area. We are also going to check for fiddlehead ferns today. I'm not sure if it's a little too early yet, but we'll look. But right now we're going to harvest some of these leeks. So come with me and we're going to go to the back of the patch here and find some good ones. Wild leeks are pretty easy to identify. There's not a whole lot that you're going to confuse them with. A couple of identifying features. They have this usually two stems that come out, and they're very broad-leafed. And when you touch them and pick them, they do smell really strongly like an onion. There's not a whole lot that's going to be similar. If it has a flower this time of year, it's probably not a wild ramp. They don't have flowers typically at this point. So they're pretty easy to identify. And if you have a small patch, as you can see behind me, there's tons of leeks here. But if you have a really small patch, you're going to want to cut them just above the bulb. So you're just going to take the leaves, and that way you're leaving the bulb underneath the ground to root for next year and to spread. These will spread, obviously you can tell they spread everywhere here. But these are useful for many, many things. Cut them up and dice them up. You can use them in regular salads, things like egg salad, chicken salad, tuna salad. You can saute them in any kind of recipe that you would use scallions or onions. You can dehydrate them if you'd like. You can put them in butter for ramp butter or grind them for pesto. There's so many different ways you can use them, and they're very, very strong flavored. Now, if you have a big patch like this, and you want to harvest some of the bulbs, you certainly can do that. Let me show you. You just have to get into the dirt and be able to get kind of around the roots. And some of them are going to be huge, and some of them are going to be really small, like these are small. And they just basically look like a green onion bulb. And you cut them and clean them like you would an onion, and you can use these, again, anything that you would use, scallions, onions, shallots, things like that. They're very good. You can preserve them too and use them later. So we like to harvest just a very small amount that we can eat at one time, and so they don't go to waste. And we have this patch that we come back to every year because it's been very plentiful and good to us. And yeah, wild leeks.